Hey guys, it's Bobi aka Paginator, and today we're going to make a tag with Distress Oxide. So the day that I'm filming this is April 4th. So it's the letter D in the hashtag ABC April 2025 Junk Journal collab challenge thing, hosted by Margaret at Seven Plaza and Tony by Crafty by Tony. And I have been enjoying it so far. I did a couple of things for my circus journal the first couple days and such, but today I thought, okay, D, let's do something with Distress Oxide. And I saw this tag on Pinterest. I'm going to pop a picture up here for you to see. It is by My Paper Fun. You can find her on Instagram. And I was just kind of falling in love with this tag that she made. And I thought, okay, I'm going to try to do something similar. I don't know if I can quite replicate exactly what she did, and that would be kind of silly anyway. You want to like make things your own. But I have all of those colors of Distress Oxide, so we're going to do some little play around with some things and see what we can come up with. I've got my Distress Oxide here. The four colors that she has are Black Soot, Vintage Photo, Tumbled Glass, and Salvage Patina. And she didn't do any like process photos or video or anything, so I'm not sure how exactly she layered everything. I'm just gonna kind of guess and see if we can come up with something inspired by her beautiful tag. So the first thing I want to do is just start brushing on some color, and I'm going to start with some Vintage Photo. I'm going to do kind of in this upper part over here. Now, I'm not sure when you guys are going to see this video, because I was wanting to do my video for this Saturday, which would be the 5th, of my unboxing of the Spring into Summer journal from Janie, but it hasn't arrived yet. So if it gets to me in time, we can do that, or you might be seeing this on the 5th and seeing that later on, because US mail, you have to wait for them. I was gonna say that's all, but it's not. She has her color laid on a lot darker, so let's see if we can get a little bit more coverage, especially in that top corner there. I love how I always dye my hands when I'm doing this kind of thing. Luckily, Oxide washes off really easily. Okay, let's take Tumbled Glass next. Salvage Patina next. I'm just gonna do a little bit on top of the Tumbled Glass along here. Collage fodder. All right, we've got the stamping platform out. I've got some permanent black ink, and I have got a couple of stamp sets by Tim Holtz. This is the Field Notes one. Here you can see Field Notes CMS 396 if you're interested in getting this stamp. This is the one that she used primarily. I am going to try to do similar stamping, but again, make it my own. I have a little rogue stamp that's came off another set, and for some reason this one's missing out of my Field Notes. I'm gonna have to dig through my stamp box. So let's do some stamping, I guess. Okay, so we've stamped all over. I don't have the same stamping pattern as she does, and I think she had some other stamps that were not from this stamp set. Again, it doesn't matter. You'll notice that I've now got ink all over my stamping platform because that's what happens when you use permanent ink. I don't care. It's just a sign of artwork. I will say, be careful with these magnets because as I was saying that, I just pinched a bit of my hand between these two magnets. If you have this particular stamping platform, which is from Tim Holtz and Tonic Studios, the magnets are insanely strong and they will pinch you. I'm going to go around the edges of this with some black soot. If you're wondering about why I use permanent ink on the stamps rather than oxide, it is because anything that's got oxide in it is water reactive and permanent ink is not. So if I do any water splatters on this or anything like that, the oxide inks will react to it, but the permanent ink, the stamping, they're not going to get messed up with that stuff. Speaking of which, I kind of feel like doing a little spritz of water right now. So let's just take the water bottle and go spritzy spritz. And then we'll take our paper towel and just dab. Look at that. You can see where the water's picking up and playing with the oxides. But our stamps are still intact. All right, next we're going to apply a little bit of stenciling on top, and I have this alphabet stencil. I want to use some of the sections that have a little bit smaller letters, and we're going to take the vintage photo and stencil on top of this part here, and then we'll use one of the bluish greenish colors to do on top of the brown. I'm thinking that I need to back this tag because a single layer of cardstock it's not being very sturdy. So that will be next after we stencil. Okay, I'm liking that. And then let's take the salvage patina and do some more. I like it, I do. Now, if we look at the original picture, we've got some more pieces and stuff building up a background. We have a Tim Holtz paper doll and a sentiment. There's some bits of washi tape and some different things happening. I have picked out this paper doll. I think that she's gorgeous. And so part of our little bits that we built up here, they'll need to be something for her hand to rest on. And I have some sentiments, and I really like this one, Go Where Your Heart Takes You. So I probably will add this one once we are ready for that. Let's back the tag. I just saw on my table I have this envelope that had some things in it that I got at a thrift store, and let's just use a piece of this to back the tag. That'll at least help it be a little bit more sturdy, and then I might go in with another layer of black cardstock and do a border at the end. I don't know yet. But for now, I just want to sturdy up what we have. Strange how you stopped loving me, how you stopped needing me when she came along. Oh, how strange, strange, you're still in all my dreams. Oh, what a funny thing, I still care for you. Oh, how strange. Okay. Now I can do a couple different things here to build up the collage part of this. I could do some stamping, like it seems that she has done here, and like stamping on extra pieces of paper and layering them up. I could look in my ephemera binders, my scrap bowl. Oh, you know what? We need a butterfly. The paper doll in hers has butterfly wings that, like a orange color that really pops. So I'll need to find a butterfly as well. I think that I'd rather start with like my ephemera and stuff that I already have rather than stamping new stuff. So I'm going to take a small break, just take a few minutes to gather some things, and then we'll come back and start building up the background. Okay, I've gathered some ephemera bits, and I won't use all of them, but I do want to just start playing with some things. And I realize now that I should have looked for a number 4 somewhere. Like, I have some die cut numbers somewhere, and I could only find a 3 and a 1, but a 4 might be nice for the 4th day of, you know, this challenge. Anyway, I also realized that this lady that we looked at for inspiration, my paper fun, she did some white splatters. And I also want to point out her stenciling didn't go all over the whole tag, and it's not maybe quite as dark as mine. But again, we're making this like in our own style. There's no point in copying exactly what someone else has done. So, white splatters. I have a couple different things that I do splatters with. This just happens to be sitting right here. It is Distress Ink Picket Fence, which is white. And I'm going to do a little squirt. All right, can you see how warped that is? Look, I'll show you like this. It'll flatten out. Let's see what we've got here. I just grabbed a few random things. I grabbed a couple circle-shaped things because I almost never use circles and might be something, so I don't have to use all of these. That would probably be overkill, but you know, I've got these. And then we've got quite a few different pieces here. I just want to kind of lay things down and play. Oh, I also have this. This is a scrap that came from one of my Defember Ember swaps, and it has like just an interesting textured look to it. So I'm kind of wondering if that should be like the first piece that I lay down. Maybe like this. Might be just as easy to go like put the glue right on the tag. All right, I want to keep in mind that I want this lady to be about here, and we'll give her some butterfly wings also. What other pieces do I want to use? I kind of like this one. It's an ad for an electric light portrait studio. I want to go around it with some black soot. If I had more time, I would like do some sewing around this piece because I feel like that would just give another element, but I am not gonna have enough time for that. And if you're thinking, you're covering up everything, I know I'm already worried about that too. Let's see. Let's not do too many more pieces in that case because, I mean, our base is really beautiful and I don't want to cover it all up, and we still have the lady in the butterfly wings, so let's just see what happens with this much. Okay, so her hand can be resting here on the parcel post. I do have this butterfly we can use for her wings. Oh, Oh, do you know what else I have? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this first piece that we laid down came from a Defember swap, and I also have a butterfly from there. It is massive. Look at this. What if we did a multiple layered butterfly? She looks like she has antennas growing out of her head. We're just gonna pull those off. Okay. And I'm also wondering about a triple layered butterfly because I have this gold one. Could we go like this? I don't know. It kind of makes like her hand isn't really resting on that thing anymore. It's resting on her wing, but it's gonna look like that no matter how many butterflies we have. So let's just ignore that part. Maybe we can put the sentiment somewhere covering up this, or I don't know. Do we like the 3 butterflies? Do we like the 2, the 1? I can't hear you shouting at me through the video. I kind of feel like let's go big or go home. Let's put all 3 butterflies down. Let's just go for it. Now this butterfly I am really happy to be using because it's so gorgeous. It's like this massive die cut. And so during Defember for 2024, I did 2 journal swaps. And this one came from an amazing, wonderful lady in Sweden. We did a journal swap together and she sent me a huge amount of extra bits and goodies to play with. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's sentiment time. Now, I just had the thought, we didn't use any of the round ephemera. Let's just do a quick look. Nope, don't want it. So I picked out this Go Where Your Heart Takes You. Let's see. If we cut it into 2 pieces, I think we can make that hand work a little bit. And I am going to put some glue on the back. These are pretty sticky as is, but just in case, because we have all these layers, I want to put glue. And I think we need some black splatters now. So we're going to cover her face, and let's cover the sentiment here. Okay, I've got this black soot. We'll just smoosh, 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 smoosh. If this doesn't work, then I'll find something else, but we'll give this a try. Get some water, splatter brush. I'm not loving it. They're showing up, but they're so teeny tiny. And they're not as dark as I would want them to be. I found black paint, so we're gonna try this. And I have in my little craft tool drawer this toothbrush. We're gonna try a splatter technique with this. Now, this is messy. You're gonna get paint on your hands if you try this. So you're gonna use your thumb and like this. The splatters are still quite tiny. See that now your thumb is completely covered in paint. And I'm gonna come back with splatter brush and see if we can get anything bigger. Actually, what might help is to add some water. There we go. Okay, let's take off our little covers. There's all our yummy splattering. All right, what do we think? A lot of times I'll put a topper on a tag, but I feel like this one really doesn't need it. I really like what I made. Let me know in the comments below what you, if you liked it or not. Also, let me know if you're doing the ABC April 2025 challenge. Again, it's hosted by Margaret at 7 Plaza and Tony at Crafty by Tony. And there's tons of creators doing things all over YouTube and Instagram and stuff. So it's really fun to watch what everybody's making. And yeah, I think this is going to be it for today. If you made it this far, leave me a butterfly emoji, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading, crafting, or journaling. Adios.